Now we're live.
Now we are live. Welcome everybody to the Legacy Sale in Grapevine, Texas, just outside of Dallas, Fort Worth.
Yeah, black tie heifer sale tonight. We're set up here right outside the main ballroom where the sale's going to be, and hoping to conduct some interviews here. We've got a few lined up for y'all, but we're going to hopefully grab some people as they're passing by too and get a good variety of perspectives and characters here on the Big Iron Podcast.
I gotta say, Andrew, you are looking phenomenal.
Well, thank you, Nick. You're not looking so bad yourself.
Oh, well, thank you.
I like the bolo tie.
Yeah, first time wearing a bolo tie. First time in Texas, so I feel like
It goes hand in hand.
goes hand in hand.
It's working well.
Cowboy black tie. We're
Cowboy
seeing a
black
lot
tie.
of different interpretations of what cowboy black tie means.
Yeah, we were told black tie heifer sale dressed down to Western, whatever that means. But this is my interpretation. Black suit tie.
For those on YouTube.
For those on YouTube, yeah.
Check out my bolo tie.
We got our very nice with the turquoise stone.
Turquoise.
Yeah, live streaming on Facebook, live streaming on YouTube, and then just like the last live stream we did, we're going to release the audio later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all your favorite audio podcast platforms.
But
We're
this time
excited.
it's also going to be on YouTube.
That's right. Yeah, this is our first time doing a live on YouTube. I uploaded that last one we did to YouTube later on. But how you doing, sir?
Good.
Good. You want to sit down and talk with us?
I do. I met you over at Cavender's earlier. I wanted to come say what's up.
Oh yeah, what's up, man? I didn't recognize you.
Nick and
Andrew.
Andrew, yeah.
Good to see you
again,
again.
brother.
Yeah.
This is my buddy.
How you doing,
This is Alan.
Andrew? No, you're good, man. We're running the podcast and grabbing people to interview as they walk by. Got a few lined up,
Do
but
you think that we'll have something to offer?
yeah,
You
man.
think? Okay.
We want all perspectives, and this is your first time ever being here, right?
This is our first time ever being
So,
here.
there's a mic for you.
Yeah.
And Nick, you're gonna
Yeah,
Or
y'all get a little
right
bit
here.
closer to the mic.
Yeah.
right here's your. Oh wait, yeah, you're running that one, right?
Yeah, give me a test
Okay.
run and say something.
Test.
How we're looking?
Look at how sharp y'all look. Is that your
Getting
brother?
anything? Yeah,
I'm not hearing anything.
you're not getting it.
Here we go. All right, say it now.
Testing.
There we go.
You guys are our first guests of the evening, so
We are honored.
Working out a little kinks here.
yeah.
There we go. We are good to go.
So for people listening or watching, we met this gentleman here at Cavender's earlier when Nick went to buy that bolo tie.
That's right.
And a fine bow. It's how
Yeah.
it is.
It is.
Cavender's makes a fine product.
So I'm curious, what made you want to come to the event?
Quite frankly, you guys, when we spoke earlier, you guys had mentioned that there was a cattle sale going on and for the Longhorns, and obviously we've had quite a few people come in the store lately talking about this sale that's going to be happening. And when I met you boys today, I was kind of impressed by y'all and couldn't help myself. I said, you guys said it was indoors, and I was like, wait a minute, we're doing this indoors? Like this, how's
Yeah.
this work? So I reached out to my friend Alan here, and I just basically told him, hey man, this is what's happening over at the Legacy Suites. We might need to go check this out.
Yeah.
And so here we are, man. So it's really you guys are the ones that pushed us over here in this direction.
Awesome, man.
Well, we're happy to have
I'm
you.
glad you came by. It's definitely an event. We go to these cattle sales all over, and a lot of them are in sale barns, and that's about like what you'd expect. But this one is in a hotel ballroom, which is I don't think there's another one like it anywhere. So
We're learning as we go, because as far as we know, this is how y'all do it all the time.
yeah, right. This is definitely a big one to come to for your first ever Longhorn experience.
Yeah, and you guys are from North Carolina, right, or South Carolina?
We are North Carolina.
The better Carolina.
The better,
Yeah.
the better Carolina. Yeah, y'all are North Carolina. We're North Texas. So welcome over to Texas, boys.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Y'all born and raised in Texas?
I was not. We actually just got done talking about this. Alan, tell them a little about yourself.
So I'm originally from New York. Moved to Texas right before the pandemic. Complete coincidence, by the way.
Wow.
Just kind of wanted to get a little bit away from craziness.
Yeah. What part of New York?
City.
Oh wow, New York City. That is quite a difference then.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
I mean, I've been around. I was in the Navy for 5 years,
Oh, okay.
so lived in Japan and whatnot. But, yeah.
Well, cool, man. That's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, and I'm like Alan. I was in the Navy as well. Not originally born in Texas. I was born over in the Delta in Mississippi, and I'm with my family, oil and gas business. We moved, I think, 8 times by the time I was 12 years old. So, finally came here in 1993 and been here ever since.
So it's been a little while.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So you call this home then?
I do. I just moved actually up to North Texas. So when I got out of the military, I came up to use my Montgomery GI Bill at the University of North Texas over here in Denton, and then went back out into the oil fields and drilled deep water for about 10 years. And these last 10 years, I have been a PGA Tour caddy.
Really?
And as of a month ago, I moved here. So we're just all over the place.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
You caddied for the PGA Tour. So before I was managing cattle ranches, I was working for a company called Salem Sports out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Okay.
And we set up bars and we did sets for the PGA Tour. As they would move, we would go and we would build like the Rolex booth, the Mick Ultra booth.
Yeah.
You know, like in the big tents. All.
Absolutely.
So that's what.
We were just over. There's a Corn Ferry event, which is basically the AAA of the PGA Tour in Raleigh. So that's a stop every year in North Carolina, and it is quite frankly the hardest golf course on the tour.
Really?
I'm telling you, boys, it is. The greens are purple by Friday. You better have control of your wedges out there, because I don't know what you guys are doing out there on your agronomy teams, but they keep it very hard out there.
Huh.
Yeah.
There's a hot tip for everybody and for all of our golf listeners.
Yeah.
There's definitely some crossover.
That's right. You want to test your game? Go play Raleigh Country Club.
What's the one that your parents live near?
Sedgefield, which is where the PGA, the Wyndham is.
100%. Yeah, that place is amazing in and of itself. A lot of. I mean, let's be honest though. I mean, North Carolina in general is a mecca for golf. I mean, you got Pinehurst,
Right.
and I mean, there's just a period that comes after that when you say Pinehurst amongst Sedgefield and Raleigh Country Club. Just so many great country clubs out there.
Yeah. We dabble, but
Yeah.
we're not good.
No.
But we get out there every once in a while and whack it around.
Yeah.
Did you know that you were going to walk into a Cavender's today and you can run into somebody who can actually help you with your golf swing?
I did not. I wasn't expecting that. Was not. Come for.
So, yeah.
Go ahead.
What were you guys originally intending to talk about? This setup.
So we're doing this kind of as a service to help. So the way that these sales work is they're on consignment. So several different ranches will consign an animal to this sale, and then they promote it kind of throughout the year or 6 months or so after consignments close, and then they'll have the sale. So this is just kind of a last minute promotional thing for people, since we have a little bit of a platform to either give somebody a chance to promote their cow one last time before the sale goes live and people have a chance to bid, or a chance for all the people here, anybody who wants to come and talk to us about their Longhorn program. Longhorns are all about pedigree and all about which animals you're using, bloodlines, that kind of thing. So this is a good opportunity for people to talk about their program and get it out there. But we like all different perspectives. Like this is great because y'all have never been to one of these before. So I want to talk to people it's their first time here, and then the legends who have been doing it for 50 years,
Yeah, it might be worthwhile to doing this and then maybe an exit interview with you, see what you thought, what you liked.
Yeah. So the sale itself starts at 5:30.
Yeah. And I believe Alan has a tax appointment today around 6. So
Okay.
You
Gotcha.
might stick around.
Yeah.
I'm going to check out about 10 minutes of it and then make a decision. And,
Yeah.
Who knows? But
Yeah, if you can stick around to at least see a cow come in, it's worth. It's something.
on an indoor building.
Yeah.
Nothing else quite like.
There's going to be another one tomorrow too. If you swing by tomorrow. So today is heifer sale, which means they're younger animals.
Okay.
Younger females, and then tomorrow is going to be the mature cow sale, so they're going to be bigger and longer horns. So if you get a chance to swing by tomorrow, it might be even if you don't get it.
How old are these cows? How old are these cattle when those horns really start to form out?
So they grow their entire life. They're born with nubs,
Okay.
and then they grow for their entire life. They grow the most between about a year to 3 years old, maybe 18 months to 3 years old, something like that, is when they're going to do most of their growing. And at that point, they can be growing up to 3 inches, like tip to tip a month.
Yeah.
So a lot.
Yeah.
And then as they mature and get older, it starts to slow down when they're maybe like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, something like that. It depends on bloodline and all that, but they'll go down to growing 1, 2, 3 inches a year.
Wow.
But they keep growing. It's like a fingernail. It just constantly grows. The outside's like keratin, like a fingernail, and then they actually have a bone core in the middle that's got blood flow and all that. So
Interesting. So
yeah, it's not like an antler. It's like a part of their body.
And you mentioned earlier, so this is somewhat foreign to me.
You're good, man.
I've watched a bit of Yellowstone, but
Yeah. We were talking about Yellowstone in the store
The
today
impact of that show.
on hat sales. But anyway,
You
Go on.
mentioned consignment.
Yeah.
What exactly does that mean?
consignment. Yeah, consignment means basically you pay a fee to have. This is the Longhorn Legacy Sale. You pay a fee, an entry fee, to put your animal in this sale. They take care of all the promotion and the selling, and then they take a percentage, I think. I don't want to say their percentage wrong. Usually a percentage is like between 7 to 10% commission off of the sale. So you get the benefit of all the exposure and having all the big buyers in one place to sell one of your animals and hopefully get top dollar for it. And they get their commission off of it. So a consignment means like you pay to put her in, and then they take a percentage of your animal.
It's not a novel idea to cattle. You might think like a lot of thrift shops are actually consigned. Like someone will bring something
Yeah.
and you sell it.
You use their space, and they take a percentage of what you sell.
it's a really good purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, the market term consignment store.
It's the same concept. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It means there's like individual sellers that own the cattle, but the sale is taking a percentage for giving them the platform and the promotion and all that.
Yeah, great question. Part of what we want to do too is, the reason we're setting up is to bring more eyes here.
Yeah.
So those types of questions are excellent because
Yeah, awesome.
everybody has a first event, right?
Absolutely. I think, even in Texas, like obviously we've got our Texas Longhorns here in Texas, and I think sometimes it can just be kind of the logo, but nobody really knows some of the
Right.
nitty-gritty details that you guys kind of spend your career in
Yeah.
and do it on a daily basis. What's Big Iron? Tell us about Big Iron.
So Big Iron is my media company. Big Iron Media LLC is the company, but it's what I run the podcast through, and I do some cattle consulting, and we do some advertising and some graphic design and stuff like that. We actually just launched a website, BigIronMediaLLC.com.
Y'all heard it, Big Iron.
Thanks for asking. Yeah, but no, it's something I've had for a while, but just recently I've really been working on building up my brand and getting it out there. So yeah.
Love it. Well, I have no doubt you guys are going to do amazing. When you guys came in the store today, and just kind of the professionalism and just the character of you guys, good people when you run into them, and that's why I kind of gravitated to you guys and wanted to ask a bunch of questions.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of funny to run in here not knowing what to expect, and I was like, hey, there's my fellas.
Here we are, yeah. Well, thanks, man. That's a big compliment. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully we'll grab you before you leave and just maybe do a quick what'd you think?
We'd love to, man. Yeah.
Or if you come back tomorrow.
Absolutely. I think I'm over at Cavender's tomorrow.
Okay.
Cavender's Louisville.
Shout out.
Plug it, yeah.
Shout out Cavender's Louisville.
I have a selection of bolo ties to die for.
Correct. And Belva.
All kinds of stuff.
Get a free sweatshirt with a purchase of food. Just want to throw that out there.
There you go.
But yeah, we'd love to do that. We're just going to go kind of walk around and do our thing. But
Yeah, man.
we really appreciate you guys allowing us to sit down and talk with you guys.
Well, thanks for sitting down.
Yeah.
And if
It's
you
awesome.
go out here and to the right, you can actually see where the cattle are being held in the meantime.
Yeah, they're being pinned in the parking lot right now. So
We're on our way.
they might still let you walk around in there for another hour or so before they start staging them to bring them in. So
If I know this crew, we might end up getting put to work after.
it is possible. It is possible.
Well, thanks so much. Really appreciate it, Nick and Drew. Pleasure to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us sit down.
Thank you.
Nice to
Yeah.
meet you.
Y'all.
Appreciate it.
So cool.
Good to meet you, man.
Andrew?
Andrew. Yep.
Nick.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
He said they might come by when we were at the store earlier. I kind of just,
Yeah, I really didn't give it a second thought. You know, a lot of people say that and not carry through.
very true. It's worth checking out. A cow sale in a hotel ballroom. It's not something you see
True.
every day. So,
Maybe we're getting a little bit of Texas hospitality. I don't know. It's my first time in Texas.
it's my first time.
So, Andrew,
Yes.
is everything bigger in Texas?
No.
Okay, all right. And a follow-up question. What happens if you mess with Texas?
Not much.
Okay, all right. Well, you heard it here first. Glad we could get that out of the way.
Oh, goodness. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding, Texas.
I know. Get us run out of here. So what are you looking forward to at the event?
Man, I'm looking forward to seeing what the market is going to be this year. A lot of times the legacy sale being early on in the year kind of sets a tone for prices and just the general mood of the Texas Longhorn market for the year. Not that it's necessarily dependent on it, but it just kind of sets a tone, if that makes sense.
It does. It does. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And your role is a little bit different at this sale compared to the last few. You're flying solo in a way, right?
That's right. Yeah,
How does it feel to be here and be your own man?
Yeah, in the past I was representing a different ranch, and now I'm here kind of just representing Big Iron. So it's different. It feels different, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
I like it. I like working on the company that we're building from the ground up. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah. It's already been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I appreciate you helping me with it, man.
Absolutely.
It'd be hard to do this by myself. So
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to help, and this is fun.
yeah, like I said, how often do you get to see a cow sale in a hotel?
Yeah. Well, even just the futurity earlier today.
Yeah.
This is wild that we're in a ballroom of a hotel right now.
Yeah.
So is this the only one like that?
That I've been to, yeah. Most of the other ones are either on a private ranch or they're in a sale barn, and they got some nice sale barns out there. Excuse me, but this is the only one in a hotel that I know of. I've heard of them doing them at different events in the past, in different venues like this, but I don't think there's another one active today that does something like this.
Okay.
Yeah, there's all kinds of like legends and rumors, and somebody said back in the day, like they had a Longhorn sale in a penthouse suite in some hotel, and they ran cows onto the elevator and sent them up. But I don't know if I believe that one or not.
I'm trying to picture that.
Yeah, cows in the elevator.
You know, poop in the elevator.
That'd get messy pretty quick.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that I have doubts.
Yeah. Seems
But
pretty
it's a cool
far.
story.
Seems pretty far-fetched, but at the same time, you met some of the guys around here. They're pretty determined, and if they wanted to do it, they'd probably find a way.
Either way,
Hey, look, the dog has a bow tie on. He understood the black tie assignment.
he did. Good looking black tie on that dog.
Oh, we just start commentating on things we see around us.
Yeah. Well, one thing that's super cool was the ice sculpture of the
Spotlight Bowl.
Spotlight Bowl.
Yep, Cool Hand Luke checks the Spotlight Bowl for the 2025 Legacy, owned by the Cool Hand Luke partners. So that's M7, the Mannings, Bob Loomis, Loomis Ranch, New Age Cattle Company with Randy Murray, and then the Buxtons, the Buxton Longhorns, are the partners on here. He is the Spotlight Bull this year, and they got an ice sculpture of him over there. Ice bust.
It looks good.
It's really awesome. I posted a picture on the Big Iron story, so you can go see it over there if you're not here. I'm sure it'll be on social media somewhere.
Can you talk a little bit about what goes into a partnership like that? Maybe not there specifically, because only they know specifically, but just in general, the thought process, why you might want to do that,
Sure.
what would be the pros and cons?
Yeah, so I'm actually a partner on a bull myself on CTA the Mediator. I own half of him with the Curtis and Tanya Abel Longhorns. They bred him and raised him, and I bought in half ownership. So you might buy into a partnership bull because you're able to get either rare, hard to find genetics, or for cost. You can buy half an animal instead of buying a whole animal, and it might not be as expensive as if you bought him straight out. And then also, you don't have to keep him on your ranch year round. Like partners will rotate him. So if like a 4-way partnership, either there's a bunch of different ways to do it, but with a 4-way partnership, say you each take him for 3 months and kind of try to line it up with your individual breeding seasons, or you could do, 2 partners have him for half a year, and then the next partner has him for the rest of the year, and then they take the next year off, and the next 2 partners get him half and half for the year. There's all kinds of ways to break it up, but and then promotion too. If you got 4 ranches promoting the same bull versus just you doing it, you can get him out there more. Gentlemen, welcome.
Some capital, some money pros. There's some marketing pros. So there really is several ways to look at it.
May be able to speak on it some too. We were just talking about why people may be interested in having partnership bulls versus buying one straight out. First of all, introduce yourself if you don't mind.
Wade Wagner Cattle Company out of southern Utah.
Thanks for sitting down with us.
And I'm Mike New from Dirty Spur Cattle, also from Utah.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, so Nick was just asking me what the benefits of buying into like a bull partnership might be. So if you guys have any insight on that, be interested in hearing. I was kind of running through my opinions on it, but...
Sure, I mean, the bull represents 50% of your entire herd's genetics, so you might as well spend a good amount of money on that. I know a lot of people who have really nice cows and they're breeding them to trash bulls, and that doesn't do you any justice. It doesn't do you any favors on that. My opinion on bulls is you should breed to the very best. My program is built 100% on artificial insemination because I'm trying to bring in the best genetics possible. My opinion on that also of owning a bull is that one bull is not the answer for every cow in your herd. I spend a lot of time hand selecting a bull for a cow in every case. I have a little black book that I keep notes on for every single one of my cows that I own, and I write down all their flaws, try to detail out every little thing that I don't like about them, and then try to find a bull to pair with them that I can go out and buy a couple straws and artificially inseminate them to help correct the flaws that I see in her. And hopefully the good stuff passes on from that bull, and the next offspring is going to be better than she is, and that's my goal.
Yeah, that's a great point, that every bull does not fit every cow, or a bull does not fit, the same bull doesn't fit every cow.
It's possible for your herd to be like, oh, this bull will work with everyone.
Work on everything, right. Because they all have individual flaws you're trying to correct. That's definitely a big positive of doing AI, like you said, is you're able to pick and choose individual bulls for individual cows to try to correct specific flaws. Yeah, that's awesome.
Makes a lot of sense. I'm pretty new to all this, and that's not a strategy that I've heard someone talk about. But the way you described it, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And when your artificial insemination is going to work every time,
right?
So you're still going to have
open cows
that are going to be open, and you need to breed them. So you want to have a really nice clean-out bull, or in our case, we have a really nice bull. And the benefits of having a partnership is that Mike breeds in the late fall. And I like to breed in the early sunset. So we don't have bulls that are hanging around that are penned up by themselves, because you don't want to say they can work my ranch and they can go to his ranch or his ranch. You know, we have a really nice young bull, that'd be a CC Cowboy Flare that's been breeding for us. And so that's one of the benefits about having a partner.
Cowboy Flare is a beautiful bull too. He's awesome. He's got the horn, he's got the color. The size, I've never seen him in person, but no, maybe I have. Y'all had him out at Horn Showcase a couple years ago, didn't you? Yeah. So he's got pretty much everything. Excuse me.
He's a big boy. He's 93 plus inches tip to tip. He's got a great horn set, super huge butt on him.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite thing about him.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to have in a bull, especially if he's transmitting that to his offspring, because a lot of the cows I like come from, like the bloodlines that I like, sometimes the rear end might be a little bit of an issue that's hopefully correctable in a generation or two, but having a bull with a really strong back end and a strong line of back ends in his pedigree
there's a lot of cows in the industry that lack in that area, and I think he's helping to correct quite a bit of that.
That's awesome.
One of the neat things about our bull is that he's never thrown, we know of, a solid color calf. And Mike bred him, so Mike's owned him, and then I joined a partnership. We sold straws of semen here now, but we don't know of any solid color animals. So anyway, he's been
It breaks him up. Yeah, so you said Mike bred him here. So Dirty Spur Cattle Company, DSCC. That's something that I think sometimes new people don't understand is the, what do you call it, prefixes, and like how people use those or don't use those, but a lot of times people will put something like that at the beginning of their animals, and that's just like quick glance, hey, I know where this animal came from, kind of deal. So, some people do it and some people don't. It's not a requirement for registration.
So what are you looking forward to for tonight and tomorrow?
Big money, no whammies. Let's go. That's what we're talking about tonight, man.
We both brought some animals in from Utah. It's cold out there, so they're pretty hairy, but we've got some great animals.
So this is live streaming on YouTube at the moment and Facebook. So what are your lot numbers in case somebody's watching? Do you know, or even just names so that people can check them out?
I've got lot H15. It's DSCC Dragonfire. She's an embryo calf that was born at Amanda Sears' place. Her breeding comes from the Great Stockton Burton Ranch, and she's got a dam named Dragon Lady that was Bill Burton's favorite cow on the ranch. She's almost 100 inches tip to tip and beautiful speckled color, just like her sire Drag Iron. That's the bottom side. On the top side is Reckon So, who is a tough Czech son, who's one of the only bulls in the breed that's over 2,000 pounds and over 90 inches. So
big boy.
Big boy. And she's super tall and really long, and that's how I like my cows. I like them big. And she's got a perfect horn set. That breeding on that Burton side, the horns come in a little slow, and then years 3 and 4 they explode. And I'm super pumped about what she's going to do in the future. She's a great cow. And I've got a really nice Rebel HR heifer calf out of her that I just weaned, and she's bred back to Rebel.
So since we were already talking about it, let me just ask you, breeding Rebel to that cow, what were you kind of hoping to achieve with that calf?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So she's more of a solid color with a bunch of stripes. I wanted to break some of that up. So he's got a lot of speckles on him. He doesn't throw it every time, but sometimes he works pretty well with solid colored animals. And for me, that was an important piece, just to help break up some of that color. She's already got a lot of the length and height that I want. She could fill in a little bit, which I'm hoping to get from Rebel.
Yeah, awesome. Sounds like a good pair.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
We're excited.
Yeah, very nice. And you said you brought a cow to town too?
Yeah, I got a cow out there named Formal Cowgirl. She's lot number 41.
41.
Yeah.
All right.
She's out of the Great Stockton Burton herd also.
Is that
I bought her directly from John Stockton.
Formal attire daughter?
Exactly. Almost tired daughter, and she's given me 3 heifers in a row. They're all fantastic. So
Awesome.
We love her.
So y'all probably like a little bit, you kind of alluded to it, but you like a little bit bigger boned, meatier cows being up in Utah, I would imagine, versus some of the thinner ones we might have down in Texas.
They got to be able to keep themselves in good condition, and we want easy keepers. So.
Yeah, that seems to be the theme. You like go up to Michigan and talk to Tom Smith or Johnny or anybody like that. They usually like those bigger gals.
And the calves do better. I mean, that's the biggest thing, is you want to be able to have a calf that's going to survive the winter and do well, and thrive in those type of conditions. And if you've got a super skinny cow that's super short and squatty, they're not going to be able to have the same type of body condition through the winter time. You're looking for a little hardier animal, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It's important. Up there in them cold temperatures, calves need a big old mama to keep them keep them warm.
They need something to snuggle up
Plenty
to
of milk
when they lay down,
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's something I think that a lot of people appreciate is a whole animal. Not just the visual aspect when the horns are striking, but
for sure.
Still the animal has utility. It needs to be healthy, things like that. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's what we shoot for.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Sure.
We love it.
Thanks for stopping and talking with us.
Take care, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Chase has been floating around.
He's a busy man at these events, especially this one.
Yeah. So is he going to be doing the pedigree reading?
I believe so.
He's good at that.
Yes, he is. He's kind of the man when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Ryan Culpepper was doing pedigree reading for the Futurity Day. They would give Chase's voice a little break so he can get after it for the sales this weekend.
Yeah.
Ryan does a great job too. Ryan knows his cattle, that's for sure.
And
he's been around.
Such an important part of that role.
Absolutely. I've tried to do it. I've done a little bit of pedigree reading. I did it for the Peach State sale. Me and Adam Clark split the responsibility last fall, and it's difficult. Like, Chase makes it look easy, and I didn't really have any delusions that it was gonna be easy going into it, but you get in it, and I like to think I know cows, but you got to be able to know them really well and work under pressure.
Right.
And you're selling other people's animals, so you want to do there's pressure to do a really good job, because if I'm doing it, I want to get people, I don't want something that I say or do to be the reason they didn't get top dollar, so you got to be on it, and I want to do a good job selling people's animals.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, in case someone is watching or listening and maybe they've never been to an event before.
Yeah.
They're on the fence about, should I go, should I not? Talk about the benefits of being at these things in person.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Nick, because that's part of the reason why I'm doing this podcast. Or I want to do more of these live podcasts, is because I think that being at these events, and there's no substitute for being here in person, but I think that being at these events and talking to people before and after the sale is so beneficial to learning, just getting a bunch of different perspectives on how different people raise their cattle different ways, different ideas that maybe you didn't think of, or just learning about animals something that you might not be able to learn unless you're talking to someone who bred them face to face. A lot of people aren't even necessarily online that much. Some of the legends, some of the OGs aren't online that much. So if you want to talk to them and pick their brain and get the benefit of 30, 40 years of Texas Longhorn breeding knowledge, you got to come to these events and talk to them in person. That's pretty much the only way you're going to get some of that knowledge.
Okay.
That knowledge is important. It's very, very important. So, but yeah, part of the reason why I want to do these live podcasts at events is the talking to people before and after the sale is like my favorite part of the sale a lot of times. So this is kind of a little taste of that. talking to folks in this environment, in this setting, and getting their ideas on either raising Longhorns or, like I was telling the gentlemen that were just sitting here, it's also an opportunity for people to promote their animals.
Yeah.
Kind of right leading up to it. So.
Yeah, and something I've really been noticing is that people are so rightfully so proud of what they've brought, but also there's a lot of stake in the game for buying and selling at these events too.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Just that, like
stake in the game.
Financial, time,
sure.
TLC, just kind of. So much that goes into it.
Absolutely. I mean, if you got a cow that you feel can hold her own at a sale like the Legacy Sale, then you got something, and it probably represents a significant investment on your part. That's 100% true. Whether you bred her and raised her yourself, and that significant investment could be all the years that you've put into building the herd that can produce an animal like that, or whether it be, maybe you bought her mom and that was some money that you put up because you knew that was going to be a foundation cow in your herd. You put up that financial investment, and now you've put a bull with her, and you've got a daughter that you're really proud of, and you're going to sell her, keep the mom, and try to make some of that investment back. Either way, it equals good animals being sold, and it is a good, representation of of a large investment.
Right. And something I appreciate too, I've seen this too in a lot of people. You are the same way. The gentlemen that were just here, there's passion involved.
Absolutely, there's definitely passion involved. I mean, a lot of people probably wouldn't be in it if it wasn't for the passion involved in it. There's almost something romantic about it in a way. Like the cowboy spirit, the idea of owning your own herd and having your own brand and putting it on animals and saying, I did that, I built that brand, I built this herd. Those animals come directly from my hard work, my intellectual hard work of being able to study and put these animals together, and then my hard work of physically feeding them every day and running them through the chute, wrestling down the calves sometimes.
Yeah.
That don't want to have his shots or whatever. So, there's a lot of passion in it.
Well, the best things in life require passion.
I think so. You got to have passion, and you got to have good work ethic, and when those things come together, maybe a touch of obsession.
Yeah.
That's when the magic happens.
Right. Determination.
Sprinkling
a little of that.
A little determination.
Yeah.
A little passion. A little hard work. A little determination.
So
success soup.
You've been to a lot of events at this point, and you kind of touched on the benefits of being there in person.
Right.
But you personally, if you had to pick one thing, what's your favorite part of these live futurities and sales?
I would definitely say talking to the people, specifically talking to the people who have been in it for a long time, or at least longer than me, or and have a lot of knowledge that I can draw from. And it's nice that a lot of those guys are willing to talk to the new guys, or the up and coming guys and or gals, and impart some of that knowledge on them. But that's definitely my favorite part, is talking to people who are very knowledgeable about this and trying to make myself and the people that I work for better by taking in that knowledge.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I think that reminds me of the last live stream we did, talking to, I believe it was Josh Shaw.
Yep.
Where he was talking about, finding that balance between forging new paths, but also appreciating and incorporating the wisdom from someone that's been around the block a few times.
Right. Yeah, because Josh has his grandpa, for one thing, that he's got a lot of experience in the Longhorn breed. So, and Josh is able to bring in some new ideas. I'm not going to talk for Josh. So,
Right.
they have the benefit of a couple different perspectives working for them.
Right.
They're selling a nice heifer tonight too. I don't remember her lot number, but Martha May. Yeah. Josh said he was going to come over and talk to us, but you get caught up talking to people, like I was saying. That's the best part of being here. So,
right.
Folks are over there mingling.
Yeah.
But
and for those listening, you can probably hear that in the background.
Yeah. How's the audio sounding?
So we've got a little bit of
ambiance,
but it's happy conversation.
It's ramping up too. Oh, good.
Talking about.
You gonna be all right?
We've also got a guy playing guitar.
Yeah.
It's a good job.
He is. He's doing a great job. I don't even know his name. He's over there getting after it. Hey, Chase. He's busy.
That's important.
You're calling him out.
He looks to be in a hurry. No.
Man, those are some nice boots.
Well, knee high.
If you got them, show them.
That's right. That's right. One thing I've enjoyed about these events is like seeing how many different ways you can choose to be, or you can turn out to be successful at this industry.
Yeah.
So many different strategies, so many different ways to go about it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
You got like 10 minutes, Chase?
What's going on?
Take one. You want a hat? Yeah, take one, man. No worries.
Media podcast.
Welcome, Chase. Thanks for sitting down with us, buddy.
Absolutely. Happy to be here. Glad y'all made it.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having us. This is awesome. We've been talking with all kinds of people and getting all kinds of perspectives, so excited about it. We were just talking about, Nick was asking me what I think my favorite part of being at these things is, and I was saying talking to people.
Yeah.
Trying to get the knowledge from the people who know more than me.
Yeah.
So, and I was saying, that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this podcast, kind of the lives before sales, is maybe get a little bit of that out there for people who can't come, you know what I'm saying? So this is my favorite part. So if I can share that a little bit, that'd be awesome.
And we got a ton of guys. This is our 20th one. What's cool is tonight is there, I think it's 6 that have consigned to the first legacy all the way up to the 20th.
Wow.
Bill Hudson, Bob Loomis, all that.
That's crazy.
20 years is a long time to do something anyway. So
Yeah.
it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to ask you. Can you talk about this specific, the legacy sale? It seems to be one of the biggest ones. What sets it apart? Let's talk a little bit about
I
it.
think a lot of it, is the history. You look back at some of the big cows that we have in our breed, who are legends now, icons in the breed. A bunch of them sold here. It started out with Bill Hudson and Joe Valentine. With the need, they invest a lot in their cattle. They said we want a place to really pay off that investment. So they started the legacy sale, ran it for a few years. Then I moved over to the TLMA. That's where I got involved, and then now it's with the legacy group. So as far as I know, it's the only sale we have in our industry where we're running cattle into a ballroom.
Yeah. Well, he was asking that earlier. I was like, I don't know of another sale like this.
It's really unique. The location's great, close to Dallas, Fort Worth, and it's a fun time. That's our one rule, or Ann's rule, is you're not going to have fun, don't come.
Yeah.
So, you can't make people spend money at a sale, but we try to give them all the tools they can to have a fun time.
Well, they're here. It's always an awesome event.
So what can we expect?
Looks like
tonight?
everybody's having fun.
Anything big, anything exciting?
Tonight,
Or tomorrow?
I always hope for a good sale. We have a Spotlight Bull here, so that's something cool. We're selling semen $1,000 a straw on them, full hand loop checks. We're down below 30 now.
Wow.
So we've sold over 70,000 on hand.
Wow.
I tell people if it doesn't hurt, if you don't cry when you consign them, they're not for legacy. So
Yeah.
hopefully we see some big numbers. That's the fun part. It's first, And then the worst part is the legacy's first. So kind of sets the tone.
Yeah. So I think I heard they're selling semen on Cool Hand Luke checks around the legacy sale, and then it's not going to be available anymore.
That's
it, right?
That's it.
So this is his time to shine.
Yeah, coming out party. There's 100 stalls, and starting on Saturday. Or starting Sunday, it's
done.
There's no more. Or we run out, and we'll probably run out. So.
If you've already done 70, pretty good chance.
It could go.
Better get it while the getting's good.
Absolutely.
You stood out.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be able to get them the partnership on the podcast either today or tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
We were going to set up tomorrow for the big sale too.
You get Bob talking about that bull, you'll be more than
I'll record as long as I can if Bob's talking about something. So that's one of those legends that you better just listen and soak up as much as you can.
100%. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to kind of give you some props on that I noticed today, as you were walking around and talking to specific sellers about what they were consigning, you really put a personal touch.
I just answered it for you.
Like, you're really like, how can we make you happy as a seller? And you're really thoughtful about how, taking in what do you see as the pros of, this animal. And I just think that if someone was like considering consigning, that would be so comforting to know that like these people care.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And like I said, I do this for a living, so there's a big draw to that. But it's the people, and some of these cows. Cindy Bowen has one selling on night. I've been working on her to get her in the sale for 2 years. So it is a very personal touch. Every one of these animals, it's not a typical consignment sale where we just get a bunch in the mail and throw them in. Every one of these animals have been handpicked by the consigners, had to struggle with the few to get the ones that they want versus what we want. And they got a lot of money invested. So like any business, we want them to be happy, and customer service is about as far as we can go.
But y'all do a great job with it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
We're ready to roll.
Yeah. Let me turn this camera around real quick and get your jacket.
There you go. It's custom right there.
That's the Cool Hand Luke jacket.
All the ice and everything we have going on. Oh, you need some more?
When you're done, but don't forget me.
No, we'll get her done.
All right. Duty calls.
There we go. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for sitting down with us, Chase. We appreciate it, buddy.
Yes, sir. Hey, Trace, you want to come in here?
Sure, I keep forgetting.
Literally, after asking that question, someone said, "Don't forget about me."
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed this, but a couple times tonight, I think that we've touched on something, and then the next guest that we had brought it up.
Yeah,
Have you noticed that?
I have. I have. That
So,
works out really well.
Good hosting, Nick.
Oh, well, thank you.
Excellent hosting.
No, I just think that, like,
I knew you were here for a reason.
last time was IT. This time is get the feel for the people.
Now that we got the IT kind of dialed in a little bit.
Yeah. Well, credit to you this time. You figured it out this time.
Hopefully we get a little bit better each time.
Two halves of a whole.
I'll make it weird. We already took couples photos over there.
Yeah.
In front of the...
Yeah, the photographer's like, "Can you stand closer, please?"
Yeah, a little closer, I guess.
And at one point, we were like, half of our bodies were touching.
Yeah.
Like, a little closer.
It ain't getting any closer than this, big dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
It'll be prom photos.
yeah, prom photos. I don't think I ever thought I'd have prom photos in a bolo tie. But here we are.
Here we are.
When in Texas.
20 years ago, I never thought I was going to be doing a podcast in a cowboy hat. But here we are. Scoot your chair like half a scoot this way so I can get us in the frame here without getting people who don't want to be on video in it. Or may not want to be. I don't know. Perfect.
Yeah, we're set up next to the Breeders Association.
Yeah, the TLBAA has a booth right next to us, and some of the ladies from the office are over there. Sorry about the camera jiggling. I'm trying to get us in frame. Okay, that's good. Ask them if they want to come over here and talk to us about the TLBAA.
That's a great idea. Hey, Jamie, would you like to talk about the TLBAA?
Yeah.
All right, here they come. All right, yeah.
Welcome.
Just have a seat. Make yourself comfortable.
Welcome, welcome. You and be about this close, if you can. Just scoot up a little bit on it.
Get nice and comfortable with the microphone.
Okay.
So go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hey, I'm Jamie. I'm Megan.
Jamie and Megan. And
Both.
so what are your roles?
I'm the registration/administrative assistant, so I do all of the horse work that comes in. I'm more memberships, but really just
Whatever needs doing.
Kind of fulfill an admin role for anything in the office.
And this is in the TLBAA office. So if you call the TLBAA, chances are you're going to talk to one of them.
Yes.
Or Rick.
Yes. Yes. We try. Usually one of us. Usually one of us.
Yep. So how long have you worked there?
3 years.
3 years and
A little over 3 years.
a little over 3 years. Awesome.
Almost 3.5 now. We started this December. Yeah.
Okay. So if someone calls up with a question, or let's go with this, what's one of the most common questions you get? People calling in with?
Every single day. Well, we first and foremost have at least, I would say, 3 to 5 new members join every day. Yeah. So people call with questions on, hey, I'm brand new, I have an animal.
You said 3 to 5 every day.
Yeah, people call with questions saying I'm looking into this or I
3 to
bought this
5 new
animal.
memberships a day.
What
For
are
sure,
we gonna do?
consistently.
Yeah.
Wow.
And on top of that, with promotionals.
A lot. We get a lot of promotional. A lot of sellers sign up promotional members, so then they call going, hey, I just got signed up for this. How do I
But people
get?
really kind of just being like clueless in a sense. Like they'll call, hey, this is probably a stupid question, but I bought this animal, and because I mean, I don't know. I want to say
I say a lot of
majority of
times,
the
a lot of
people
the
will sell an
say there's no
animal
questions.
and just say, hey, here's the paperwork.
Yes.
And they'll call, and they'll be like, it's up to you to join. So
Right.
basically, their
First contact. So you mentioned promotional membership, and I think that is, I don't know if you guys agree with this perspective, but I think that's an underused tool. Because like you said, a lot of times people will sell someone a cow and then just be like, well,
Yeah.
there you go.
We get a lot of people too, that will sell someone an animal that's like, oh, I don't care to transfer it. And I think that's kind of like crazy because they get this free 3 month,
Right.
and the animal's in your name, whether you do take it to a seller or not, you have that option and it is in your name.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of up to the breeder that's selling the animal to really push that.
So-
just pay the $15 transfer.
Right.
It is in a way because once they get the 3 month, they get the 3 month of the magazine, and so then they'll be like, hey,
Yeah, because they
we don't
know
really
magazine.
have
Yeah,
it
so
available,
just-
But how do I keep doing this? We're like, oh, you just sign up and do this. I can do that even though I only have one. Yes, definitely.
So can you just explain like what a promotional membership is and how someone who is a member of the TLBAA might utilize that?
So if you're a member and you're selling a cow to, say, your neighbor who's never had any kind of Longhorn or anything, you can email Jimmy and myself or call the office and set up a 3 month free promotional membership for whoever it is, and they'll get basically all the benefits of membership for those 3 months. They'll get information from us on how to actually become an active or lifetime member and kind of move forward with that. But during that 3 month promotion, they go on horns, they get the magazine, they get all the benefits, so they can get kind of a taste of it to see, do I want to do this or do I not want to do this?
I want to say probably the majority of people do end up promoting.
Yes.
Joining after the 3 months is up? That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know about that for probably the first year or more that I was in it, and then I think Johnny was telling me about it one day, and I was like, what is this? And then he told me, and now every time I get someone involved who has never been involved with Longhorns, I make sure to call you guys and give them their information.
Yeah, and it's easy.
Great tool, even for
It's great.
sellers, because now you don't have that animal just sitting in your herd
Yeah.
and have to dispose of it or forget to
Absolutely.
do it.
It's just
gonna
goes,
get
sold
transferred.
without papers.
Yep.
Yeah,
And I feel like,
it's very beneficial to new members and sellers alike, really.
It's a great tool for new member recruitment too, because it helps that new breeder to feel involved. Instead of just selling them a cow and saying you're on your own, hope you figure it out. It's like we're kind of doing something to help you get off on the right foot.
Yeah,
So,
when they do call us,
yeah,
they call.
they can ask us. I mean, I sit on the phone for an hour.
Yes.
With people because they don't know about branding because that animal's been a calf, and so then they need to know about branding and I mean, how do I register my brand?
Yeah.
Like I already live, but.
Well, what a great personal touch that is. I mean, for someone that's just taking those first steps,
Yes.
how would you know?
You don't, yeah. So that's what we're always like, oh, just call. Because we're like, I just don't know. I don't want to bother. You're not bothering us at all. That's what we do. We sit there. We don't mind answering and telling you and helping with whatever.
I'm on the phone for probably 6 out of the 8 hours.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask that. That's crazy.
Well, these days, customer service is not found in a lot of places anymore.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So if someone was considering being a member, why should they?
You just see the paperwork seems very passionate about the animals. So
Well, what are some of the benefits that you get from being a TLBAA member? Like you mentioned Horns and the magazine, the Trails magazine.
What is Horns?
Horns is I'll let one of you guys explain it.
It's like an online database. It's kind of a herd management type of software. So if you're a member, you have that where you can log in and you can see every animal that is currently registered to you. And there's a legacy where you can see any that you have put in that past that you transferred to other people. You can always follow all that. So you can keep track of that. You can keep track of breedings.
you can search animals by their
you
name.
can search other people's animals.
You can search other members to get their contact information.
Yes.
There's
There's a lot of benefits that
You can do like your breeding. You can do exposure.
Breeding records. You can keep pasture records.
You can, and some people do like bare minimum, but some people will enter in like the weight
But
of the
everything,
animal.
yeah.
Oh yeah, some people keep their horn length. Every time they measure the horns, they can go in and add that under that specific animal.
Sounds like a good idea.
It's an online herd management tool. You can put all the information you need on your herd in there, basically.
Yes.
Also, like she was saying, look up different breeders. It's really beneficial. I use it all the time for looking up animals that I might find. Like say I run across one on Facebook or something, and a lot of times now people have hired hand websites, but not all of them are on there. I'll throw that name in Horns, and 9 times out of 10, or maybe like 99 times out of 100, it comes up. So, very cool. And Horns has the calving date calculator too. So like if you see your cow get bred or she has an AI date, you put it in there, it'll tell you what day she should calve. If you're not good at doing math.
We work in Horns because we have admin. We work in it constantly. That's how we know everything.
Yeah.
That's how we know who you are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot of times people call and they're like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, just give me your member number, let me look, I can see what you're doing. And
because we can go in and look at exactly what the member's doing on their screen.
we
I
can
can
see
where you're at in the registration. I can see where your error's coming up and how to fix it. Like I said,
any of that.
Well, I think that's a great thing.
Yeah. I think we
it's
really
awesome.
enjoy.
It's very.
We really enjoy what we do.
Yes, I think you kind of have to.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you would be very frustrated very easily. So.
Well, I'm sure it's fulfilling too to at the end of the conversation when you just helped someone out.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've had people
It's not like you're in a call center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh, very cool. And you guys are out here today at the Legacy Sale, sitting at the TLBAA table over here with some swag.
We have fun signs. We have rope hats. I push for the rope hats because I'm like, we need some fun hats.
Some trendy.
What's going on with the little cows there? Those for sale?
Stuffy, yes. The kids love those little guys.
My kids have like a whole herd of stuffed cows, like all different breeds, like a few Longhorns, a few Highlands, a few whatever.
So they've got a good breeding
Yeah, they
program
got
at the
their,
house.
they got a mixed lot. Is what they got. Got bush cows.
Bush cows.
Yeah.
So they're not very selective.
Nah. But no.
Well, thank you guys for coming over and talking to us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Very insightful.
Yeah.
We've been going for almost an hour.
I think it's been going great.
I do too. I think it's been going really good.
Yeah, we've had some good guests.
Absolutely. See anybody else milling around?
Yeah, I've seen a couple people kind of slowly walk past like they might want to be on,
Eyeball.
but it's hard to, probably intimidating to take that plunge.
Yeah.
But for anybody listening to this, we want to hear from you. Come talk
Absolutely.
to us. Give us next time. Talk to us.
You don't even have to be on camera.
That's right. But if you want to be on camera, I mean, Chase had to be on camera.
I had to show off the jacket.
The blue Argyle jacket. I mean, it was just
The shiny blue Argyle jacket.
fresh to death.
See if you can get Josh to sit down here for a second. He's talking to Dan. He's going to keep walking.
Hey.
What up? Oh, Josh. Yeah, no, I got to go to work.
He's busy. He's got to get a drink. Huntington says he's got to go to work. Which is fair enough.
In fairness, he kind of is the star of the show.
He's going to be auctioneering with a sore throat here in a minute, so let him rest.
Yeah, he doesn't need to talk anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. Look like Josh might be joining.
Maybe. That might have just been an excuse to get away, get out of our line of sight.
Maybe. But I know he's very proud of the heifer he brought.
Absolutely. Yeah, we already talked about it a little bit, but hopefully he'll come over here so he can tell us the lot number so people can go check it out.
Right. How are they going to know which one to bid on?
A lot of well-dressed people here tonight.
Yeah. Earlier we were kind of
This guy kind of looks like Luke Combs.
Earlier, he kind of does. Earlier we were kind of downplaying people's dressiness, but they might have gone to the real change because everybody looks phenomenal.
Look there, Josh Gentry's wearing a legitimate tuxedo with the lapels and the bow tie and everything.
Wow.
We need to get him over here. He is the new chairman of the board for the TLBAA.
You want to go grab him?
Let me go see if I can grab him.
So just for anybody who tuned in late, we are in Grapevine, Texas, Legacy Sale 2025, sale in futurity. We've had one futurity so far. We've got the sale getting ready to happen in just about 20 or so minutes. And tomorrow we'll have a concluding event. So we're happy to be here. Looks like Andrew just grabbed our next guest. We'll get him over here and set up.
We just did it. Oh, thank you. You don't need me.
You get a little bit closer to the mic, please, sir. We got Josh Gentry.
If you would, we've met. I'm Nick.
Josh Gentry, good to meet you.
Introduce yourself.
What's your rank?
G3 Ranch,
G3 Ranch here in Texas,
Sulphur Springs, Texas.
Sulphur Springs, Texas, and you're the current chairman of the board for the TLBAA, correct?
Yes, sir. Till they throw me out.
How's that going?
It's going good.
Yeah.
So far.
So that was a new thing as of January, right?
Correct.
You got in, kicked Johnny out and got in there?
That's right. As far down the road as we could.
Yeah. So, I mean, how's everything going, man? Not to put you on the spot too much, but yeah.
It's going good. We're so far we've had a good year cattle-wise, so no complaints there.
Yeah.
Looking forward to all the events getting started, and hopefully everybody starts making some money.
Yeah. Well, Nick was asking earlier kind of about this sale, and we've been talking about this sale quite a bit, obviously, but I was saying how it kind of sometimes it can set the tone for the year a little bit. Kind of like how this sale does is like, well, that gives you an idea of how the year might go as far as sales, public auction sales at least.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, I know. 3 weeks ago we were looking at over 200,000 in pre-bids already.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
That's awesome.
Up to date, but 3 weeks ago it was like 200 grand. So.
3 weeks ago, and yeah, I'm sure it's more than that by now. People are starting to get excited, getting the last pre-bids in before the actual.
And it's open bar right now, so
there you go.
they're getting the pre-bids even higher.
Got that bid lube going.
I don't think I knew it was an open bar.
Yeah.
Is it an open
Be
one?
right back, huh?
Nick's like, let's wrap this up. Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, this isn't the first sale of the year. There's been a few online, and you guys had the Eddie Wood sale back in January, correct? I heard only good things. I wasn't able to make it out this year. A little bit of a trip for me from North Carolina,
I
but
caught some flack before it started, but I haven't heard nothing since it hit.
well, you guys did it different than it's ever been done, is my understanding. Trying to really promote the breed and push some good cattle and
Yeah, we did. I mean, we did some. I don't want to say like anything groundbreaking. We did something. I mean, the $1,000 consignment fee really kept the low end that we didn't need in the platform that we were.
Sure.
Fort Worth Stock Show, the biggest event we're going to have all year, as far as outside people coming to see the Longhorns.
yeah.
The last thing we need is a $600 cow knocking the fence down.
Makes sense to me, man. I mean, I was all for it, and I think that it went really well, and I think it's great. I mean, it's a sale representing the TLBAA, which is the registration for Texas Longhorn cattle, so why not put our best foot forward?
Absolutely.
That's the way I'm looking at it, right? So I think it was awesome that you guys did that. And something really cool, what you guys partnered with the Fort Worth herd, right?
Yeah, so we did a big donation to the Fort Worth herd so that we would be aligned. I don't know why we weren't to begin with, but
It makes sense.
we are now. So something to look forward to from here going forward, I hope.
Yeah.
So what are some of your future goals?
Yeah,
For the TLBAA specifically?
try not to get thrown out of this thing. No, we're working. I mean, I think the membership's ready for some DNA stuff, so we're trying to get some parent verification and some DNA stuff passed. We got a DNA committee created now.
Awesome.
And they're doing their diligence and trying to get it where things are, I guess, as legit as they're ever going to be. Just trying to move forward with some things.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. A DNA committee sounds like a great idea, so props on that. I'm glad you guys are doing that. That should move the whole breed in a positive direction.
Well, I mean, if you look statistically, you look at the horse registries, the other cattle registries that are requiring parent verification.
Dogs.
Their dollar signs go up as soon as they start going, hey, this is for sure what you thought you were buying.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, here's the paper that shows it.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. That's awesome.
We'll talk a little about your herd then. What's the future of your herd?
My wife's herd.
Yeah, we really need to have Brittany over here.
We need Brittany.
No, you guys have got an awesome herd. You guys had a few people out there today, didn't you?
Yeah, we had some Michigan.
Some Michiganders, yeah. I was wanting to make it out there, but we were trying to get ready for this and wanted to make sure I was back in time. Is that what you heard? You know what? This is one sale that I don't know if it's true or not.
You don't remember? You drank so much you can't remember?
I'm not saying that, Josh. I'm not saying that.
I think we kept it pretty tame last night.
We did.
Actually.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you from
It wasn't an open bar, so.
You're right. That makes a difference.
And there's a nice suit over there with the tie combo. Flashy. You're looking well dressed, I might say, sir.
Yeah.
Got the black tie.
Three-piece tuxedo.
Yeah.
They said black tie, didn't they?
Come to this place.
They said black tie. We showed up with black tie.
Black tie.
Perfect. No, but you guys got some really nice cows out there at the G3 Ranch, and I really wanted to come out and try to see that Laura Grace cow in person. She's still kicking around out there, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out there and see her one of these days. But
There's always Sunday.
yeah, well, we're flying, so
Ask the plane to fly, really.
I'll look out the window.
There's some good thermal binoculars over here. You can check it out as you fly over.
There you go. Perfect. Well, I think they're getting ready to get started on some stuff, so we might wrap it up. But this has been awesome. Thanks for sitting down with us, Josh. It's
Thanks for having me.
a great way to end it with the chairman of the board. So.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it, sir. Yeah, man. All right. What do you think, Nick? Wrap her up?
Yeah, I think so. And we're planning on part
doing-
2 in the morning. Is that correct?
Yep. Tomorrow, about an hour before the or maybe a couple hours. I'll put it on social when our exact live time is going to be, but we're going to do another one tomorrow before the cow sale. So tune into that. I'm going to put this up wherever I can, and I'm going to make some more social posts tonight. So hopefully, if people didn't get a chance to join this one live, they will be able to join the one tomorrow live. But yeah, no. As always, y'all, thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting the podcast. And
see you next time.
Catch you on the next one.